Welcome to the Healthy Balance Show, where we discuss the elements of natural healing and health from an integrative perspective. We'll explore the intersection of the body and the soul from a practical and down-to-earth viewpoint. We encourage you to participate with us in our question and answer format, while you also enjoy the entertaining and authentic approaches to acquiring a healthier body, mind, and spirit. You can submit your questions via email or call into our offices, and we will answer them during our show. So I'm Janine Jazwiak, and I'm the owner of Nature's Balance Acupuncture, and my co-host is Joel. Joel, go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Joel Thielen. I'm the owner of Elements Acupuncture in Dubuque, Iowa, and it's a pleasure being here with you.
So basically, we are dedicated to building a healthier America, one person at a time. So today is our first show, and we had a few questions that we pulled from our patients, and so we're gonna get rolling here. So our first question is, how does acupuncture work? Joel, what do you think about that?
Well, it's interesting. I've been asked this question for, I don't know, 15 to 20 years, and to me, it's still the most daunting question of all because the mechanisms of how acupuncture work, there isn't any one way it works. I think acupuncture works in a myriad of ways. So for me, I like to break it down into terms that are understandable by the average person that comes in. So acupuncture works in my mind by stimulating the nervous system to affect change in the body in a nutshell. I mean, we'll explore that. I'm a I'm a self-admitted podcastaholic, so I've done a lot of listening, but I haven't done a lot uh, of doing them. So this is a little bit unusual, a little bit outside of my comfort zone. But sometimes we just have to push ourselves a little bit in those areas. So let's uh, let's start there. And what do you think, Janine?
So I agree with you. Acupuncture is, we get asked this question. I mean, how many times a day? Every time a new patient comes in,
Yeah.
during the first several treatments, at one point or another, somebody's going to ask us, "Hey, how does this all work?" The other famous question, I don't know about you, but they ask us, "How did you get into this?" But
Yeah.
anyways, that's for another topic. So how does acupuncture work? I usually tell them basically we're trying to move blood. Blood and oxygen go together in order to bring blood and oxygen to an area that is hurting, needs more support, isn't functioning properly, is stressed. And basically, that's what acupuncture does. We put the needles in, and it actually stimulates the flow of blood to the area that's in discomfort. So if they have back pain, I'm doing points that are going to drive blood to the back, and that's going to bring blood, nutrients, and oxygen. It's going to bring everything it needs in order to heal, and it's going to allow any waste products from the cell's activity to be able to flow out of there. So in Chinese medicine, I mean, we always talk about stagnation. Things are stuck. It's like a kink in the hose. Blood's not getting there. Oxygen's not getting there. Nutrients aren't getting there. So as a result, it just gets stuck. And if you don't have those three things, the body,
Yeah.
the organ can't work. So that's my 50-second or 50
Hmm.
second explanation about how acupuncture works.
I love it. It's a good one. Yeah, and if you think about it, I mean, the human body is designed to heal. I mean, if we couldn't heal, we would be extinct. So sometimes the healing mechanisms just are stuck. Like you said, things aren't moving properly, and acupuncture can give that shock to the system. Through again a myriad of networks to push that healing process forward, stimulating the nerves back to normal function, blood flow, lymphatics, nerve conduction. Yeah, I agree. It's an amazing machine, and it's designed to heal, but sometimes it just needs a push, and that's the way I look at it. I mean, healing. I really don't do much. It's the human body heals. We just kind of give it specific stimulation.
Yeah, we're
Uh,
facilitators.
exactly. Right.
Yeah, the interesting thing I find is that you know, you could put needles in. I remember hearing the story of a very renowned acupuncturist who basically used the same points on everybody, and she got amazing results. And it's really about opening things up and increasing the flow of blood, and obviously the more points you put it, or the different points you put in, the more specific you use the points you use, the better the result. So, but yeah. So you want to go on to the next question, Joel?
Sure. Let's do it.
All right. So the question is, when I first came in, I thought the needles would hurt, but they really didn't. So why not? Why didn't they hurt?
Um, it's I keep thinking back to, what the first needles, or what needles must have felt like 1,000 years ago. And, uh, I'm in awe of these modern needles. But because even when I first started in acupuncture, remember way back 15, 20 years ago, the needles were a little bit rougher, a little bit more painful.
Yeah.
But the coatings, the sizing, they kind of trick the nervous system. The tubes are wonderful little devices. We perform a little nerve block around the needle insertion, and they're mostly pain-free.
Yes. Yeah. So just so people know, when we use acupuncture needles, we have different sizes. People are always
Yeah.
interested, like, are they all the same size? Well,
Mhm.
no, there's different lengths, there's different thicknesses. And like, for example, when I put needles in the ear, they're shorter, they're thinner. You know, I put needles in the thigh, it's going to be a little longer and it's going to be a little thicker
Mhm.
needle. You know, and so you use different sizes and lengths depending upon where you're putting in the needles. Another question that I often get is, I don't know about you, but
Mhm.
you know, like, how deep do they go?
Yeah, I get asked that a lot.
Yeah. So I mean, it depends upon where we're putting the needle. I mean, obviously in the ear, there's a lot of cartilage that's not going very deep. You know, you put it into the thigh, you want to affect a point there, you're going to go a little deeper.
Mhm.
But yeah, so you know, and I'm not gonna, so they pretty, for the most part, they are pretty painless.
Mhm.
And you know, maybe like a little mosquito bite, sometimes you might feel
Yeah.
a little something.
When when I'm asked how deep do the needles go, I often answer that with a question: Do you really want to know?
Good one, Joel.
And then when if someone really wants to know and I tell them, they're shocked. I mean, I guess they make an assumption that they're very shallow insertions, and in some cases, big muscles, we're needling fairly deeply into them. But with these, super modern thin needles, it's virtually painless. So that's the neat thing. But we're aiming for some deeper nerve sensors in some cases. So we have to needle in a little bit. Do you
Yeah.
really want to know?
Yes. Do you really want to know? The bottom line is,
Yeah,
you know, everybody, you know, you go to the doctor and you get a hypodermic needle, you get a
yeah,
shot. And you know what, 20 to 25 of our needles can actually fit inside of a hypodermic needle. So
yeah,
pretty thin, pretty
yeah.
thin.
Super thin.
So, all right. Well, those are the two questions that we're going to cover today for our first show. And you know, we've come to the end of the showtime, and we've only just hopefully kind of piqued your interest about various topics. So we're looking for some feedback from you guys. We have a we all have a built-in intelligence that directs us to further exploration. You know, I would encourage you to trust it, to explore it. Our goal is just to point you in the right direction. If you feel like you need any guidance or any help, please call our offices, one of our offices, and or you can look us up online, as you can see here, and we are here to help you. So looking forward to our next show, Joel, and I'll sign off for now.
All right. Bye, Janine.
Bye, Joel.